Hello and welcome to Season 1 Dr. Stone Thoughts. If you liked the video, make sure to like it. If you enjoy my what I do here, make sure to subscribe. And we'll move on to Dr. Stone. Season 1. It's 24 episodes, original story by Riichirou Inagaki. This is a hard pronunciation. I apologize. I have a picture on the screen and his name spelled out. He's the original creator of Dr. Stone, the manga, and he's worked on the anime or the original story. It is adapted into a manga by studio TMS Entertainment, directed by Shinya Iino. I have a picture and spelled out on screen. I apologize for all mispronunciations. The plot and the story. So no spoilers yet. I'll make sure to tell you when there's spoilers. The plot is the world gets turned to stone, and Senku, the main character, wakes up in a stone world, basically more of a petrification. Everybody has been turned to stone, and he uses science to survive and bring back all that has been turned to stone and rebuild civilization. So that's the whole goal here. It's for Senku to rebuild the world. He's the main character. You also get to meet his friend Taiju and a few other people that get brought back, and other things and other people. Without going into characters yet, I want you to know how this anime feels before spoiling anything. I'll make sure. It's very fast-paced, plot-driven. The characters themselves don't go through like dynamic changes very much. Maybe some are changing in a small way, but it's not in the way of like major character development. They are all the same person essentially from the beginning to the end from when you meet them. The animation is great. With it being fast paced and more plot driven, because it's extremely fast paced. There's our shows that are fast paced, but this one is because the plot's always moving forward and there's always something, like you never have a moment's rest. So it will feel maybe rushed at times, but that's also a plus side when like you meet a character you don't care for that much, you just don't find him entertaining or more annoying, is that you don't have to dwindle on and think about, oh, well, I'm gonna suffer through. Like, no, it's gonna be fast paced. You'll move on. Most of these mini arcs or mini like subplots take place over just a few episodes or just an episode. So you'll move on very fast without having to deal with any individual person for too long and moving back and forth. So that's a good plus. If there's anyone you don't like in this, you're not gonna have to deal with them very long. That also means you won't get attached to very many people. There are a few, but it's more plot focused and like other circumstances you might attach somebody, not because they go through any life-changing events other than the main thing, and not because they're internally changing. The sound effects are great. It's mainly just normal sound effects used by any other like shonen show. Animation's fine. They have really good moments of like you can see the quality jump up, but it's never a bad moment in quality. The dub is good. The sub is good. Like I have no complaints. I think they did a good job on both of them. Props to all the voice actors. Is there anything I want to say? That's all I really have to say about this. I enjoyed it. There's a few backstories that are really touching and like a really sentimental. So like there's a few that like could make me tear up in the anime, and I think they did a good job. I give it But I'm more of a very character-driven story lover. Like I like the plot to be changing, but I like a character, and that's what to me uh, pulls me into the anime more. That being said, I love I like the show. This actual fast pace makes it not very. You don't really like stop to think on what could have been like expanded outward, like what could be more details to it. So I think it does good in that aspect. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's not the best. It's nowhere close to the worst. I think if you enjoy this type of show, it is a shonen, but it's not really a. I guess you. It's not really a battle shonen. It's more like a CD builder shonen, a world builder. I don't. It's not bad. 7.5 out of 10, but it's a fast paced, plot driven CD builder, which is nothing wrong with it. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep watching it, but now that you know everything, we'll go to. It's not really many battles in this, but now that you know, we're gonna go into spoilers, and hopefully, if I haven't shown like, uh, if I haven't convinced you to give the show a try yet, I hopefully this will. But spoilers from here on out. So the plots, Senku's just trying to rebuild civilization from before it was turned to stone. He wakes up 3,700 years into the future. He figures out how he woke up basically, so he revives his friend Tenju, and they have to revive Tsukasa because he's supposed to be the strongest high school primate, and he ends up being the main antagonist of the season. They also revive Yuzuriha. You. I pronounced this perfectly fine a minute ago, and I cannot do it to save my life now. But yeah, so they revive. Senku revives Taiju, uh, Yuzuriha, Tsukasa. Tsukasa's main antagonist basically wants to make a world where not all the old people that controlled the world come back. So he's basically a murderer. Uh, he kills Senku, but he gets brought back because of the petrification thing. And so he goes to find help. And there happens to be a village out here that was never turned, like that was, their descendants went turned to stone. They it's a big story, like part of the season about why they are where they are. I'll get into it in a minute. The Kohaku is the one that's a very athletic fighter of the village, probably the best fighter. Um, there's Chrome, which was a sorcerer, but turned scientist because it's supposed to be based in the real world, so it's like sorcery's not really a thing. Um, Taiju is the best friend of Senku and loves Yuzuriha. Oh my goodness, this is so hard. I said it a minute ago. I feel bad about that. Uh, these are basically the main characters. These six are basically the main ones you see throughout the anime, and the ones that really are the main characters. They're not really dynamically changing. Senku probably has the least amount of change. Uh, but he has this very straightforward like mentality. So he's best version of him is who he is right now. Uh, Taiju's the energetic best friend. You don't see him much past like the first couple subplots. Same with her. She gets brought back less than an episode. She's gone. You don't see her again until like flashbacks or like not even the last episode season. Tsukasa is the main antagonist. Uh, him and Senku's fighting, or he would kill Senku and stuff like that. They're trying to fight so Senku can't bring people back. Kohaku is the fighter trying to help Senku because she sees Tsukasa kill Senku. Chrome's because I thought Senku was a sorcerer, and like Chrome tries to outsource her, and then turned out scientist, and so it starts there from them trying to build everything to take on Tsukasa, convince the village that to become part of the Kingdom of Science. uh, there's not very much. Senku's the genius. Everyone else just helps Senku, and they do their own like little thing and subplots. They save Kohaku's sister. They build technology. The big one in the end was like a communication device, cell phone. Cell phone. It wasn't a cell phone, just a communication thing. They build water wheels, batteries, stuff like that. Medicine. It's interesting to see all this, and it's very entertaining to watch. Uh, do I think it needed 24 episodes? Probably not. But that's the main like gist of it. But there are really touching stories in there, like the if you follow me on Twitter or YouTube, my post, you'll see that I talked about the tale of the 100th story, because there's 100 stories passed down in the village, and the 100th story is actually like spoilers for this even more, is that the village is actually descendants of Senku's dad, and he isn't the fellow astronauts that were on in their international space station when everyone got petrified. They didn't get petrified, so they land, they come to Earth, they build civilization, they pass down these 100 tales to warn people or teach people what to do and stuff like that, or to just hopefully it because he still believes Senku's alive, and Senku's one day gonna come across the village, and this would be what his father left for him. Uh, and the 100th story I thought was very heart touching because it tells the story of his father and stuff like that, how he got to the moon, and how his life turned out after the petrification with the other astronauts, and it's a message to Senku from his father. Is the 100th tale. The priestess is in charge of passing down these, and they find out Senku is who he is. And that's the Senku that they've been waiting for, and they don't make a big of a deal as I thought they would. Like it's literally a tale for Senku, like they passed down for the one that finally came. And it's just a message from his father saying, "I believe in you." And I thought that's really touching. I Senku's not emotional or sentimental about anything, but it's a very touching story even without that. Uh, it's tear jerking definitely, and also there's another one that's a tale. I think it's the 14th tale of a bee called Speaker that they stuck their stinger in a tombstone that they would tell the stories of the dead. And Senku makes a speaker with the communications thing, and they ask about it, and he's like, and they get confused because they're like, is this a type of bee? Like, what speaker and bees have to do anything? So they get the tail, and Senku's like, that's nothing of why he's passed out now. And it clicks to him that it has to be something because of his tombstone that's passed down to commemorate the founders. And it's a time capsule. So they find a glass like record that they made, and you could hear the voice, and Senku and the villagers thought that was awesome. They sat and there was music on there, and I thought that was real cool. I thought that was really nice too. I think there's really good moments in this anime. I think it's really, for me not to have been much into the story, for it to still be very like sentimental and like eye watering. It's very nice. It's a very nice story. With that being said, that's probably the best aspect of this anime. It's still very much a city builder. It is he builds mostly like small technological advancements, uh, from rocks and stuff like that. It's a very he recruits a village. Uh, he's not really changing. No one's changing. No one in this whole anime is really that much changing. Plot focus, fast pace. Yeah, you don't dwindle any little aspect. Like looking back, if I took time to like pause every episode, not just like and think about it, I could probably find lot more flaws about. Oh, you could, because thinking about it now, he's the literal child of the founder. He is what the last story was for him. And no one thought that was an interesting thing to bring up. No one realized that it was literally the tail and the village was meant for Senku. And no one takes more than the priestess herself. It's like, oh, this is for you, isn't it? And like, no one else freaks out about how that's it. That no one. I thought that, like, thinking about that, that makes no sense. Uh, but you don't dwindle on it too long in the anime because it's fast paced. Every time something's accomplished, it's immediately another thing's introduced. So you don't dwindle on any aspect for too long. So you don't think about the flaws. Uh, like even the main hurdle of the season is that Tsukasa and Senku are against each other and trying to like worldviews at each other's throat with the idea of worldviews because Sensuke's going to revive everybody and Tsukasa doesn't. Um, that's introduced the second episode, and it's 24 episodes, so that's the main thing throughout the whole anime. It's great animation, no bad moments. Some are really bad, like the Hundred Tales. There's a few moments in there. There's amazing. The tournament to win the village, who's the village chief who gets to marry the priestess. There's some moments in there is absolutely amazing. The Christmas tree lights are really good. The moments are really good. Oh, the speaker, the making the speaker and the singing part, really good quality, extremely good quality. You can see there was a heavy jump in quality right there, and it's deserving. I don't think it's bad to have that, especially because all the anime is okay, and I just want these certain moments. Like the OP had some great moments. The ED had some good moments. Uh, Great soundtrack, really good soundtrack. I like the OP a lot. The opening. The sub is great, and the dub is good. I watched episodes or I watched a few episodes in each, mostly subbed. I watched the season, but I watched like 34 episodes in dub, and I think it did a good job. Uh, I guess it's easier for me to judge the dub. I don't have much to say about the sub, but the I think my only like complaint, actually, I don't have a complaint. I just want to give outstanding performance to Tsukasa's voice actor. Uh, Tsukasa's voice actor is Yuichi Nakamura. Great job on the voice acting for his character. It was a great job. And Senku's is a great job on that one too. I think it was fantastic. Uh, so good job to them too. No complaints really about any of the voice acting on any of that. Uh, that's the sub. I don't really have. They did good on the dub. People that dubbed the voices did fine, but the sub I want to give shout out because they did a great job on those. Um, yep, I talked about the quick pace, straightforward plot, not many dynamic changing characters. That's a plus and a minus because if it's not changing, you're not gonna really commit to them or like them that much. But you're not gonna, because of fast pace, you're not gonna have time with them that much. So I think the only ones that you can't really say that about is Senku. Senku is the one you're gonna be around all the time. If you do not like Senku, you're immediately not gonna like this anime. That's just how it's gonna go. But I don't think Senku does much. Like it's all him bouncing off of someone else. So I don't think anyone's gonna truly hate Senku because he's not a card, but he's just a really smart guy, the smartest high schooler basically, and he bounces off of someone new. So like I think that's good. Like he has really good moments. Those are very nice. I think I like his dynamic with Kohaku and with Chrome. I don't like it with Taiju because Senku comes more off as a dick, not well-meaning. I don't care for his moments with Tsukasa because I don't feel like they have enough dialogue for this to matter. I feel like if they talk this out, it could be easily dealt with. Yuzuriha, Yuzuriha. I don't care for her. I think mainly because it's just you don't spend time with her, and she seems more like a plot device used to like keep Taiju from protecting Senku because Tsukasa will kill her if they don't give over Senku, kind of thing. Um, because he doesn't want to kill everybody. He definitely doesn't want to kill Senku. Even if Senku has the ability to take him down, so he doesn't. It's like you're the problem. I have to do this. He even wants him to be his friends. Like if this was before the world got petrified, I feel like we could be friends. Like, yep, maybe. And so it has its moments. Score 7.5. This is just season one, so first 24 episodes of Doctor Stone. I I'm not. It's not enough. It has really good moments in there. That's why I give the half point for the story of the tale of the 100th story. The story of a 100th tale is good enough to get a 7.5. Uh, I think it's different shonen enough for me to enjoy it. I think they do a good job, but I'm not invested in any individual character. I think that's the problem. There's not an individual character I truly connect with or care about. I get it, it's taking place in a very different time, so I don't really hate on that aspect. I enjoy the plot, but if one character just can't pull me in, it's hard for me to give it those nines, those tens. Only reason I don't give it an 8 is probably because it doesn't resolve anything. It just builds up to the upcoming Stone War, and I get why they want to make it slower paced. I'm sure it's packed full of content, especially with the fast pace. So I get it, but nothing felt resolved this season. Just built up to the next season, which is nothing bad. I enjoyed every episode. It's just we'll see how next season goes, and I doubt season might. If this was 36 episodes instead of 24, I might have given it an 8 because it just needs to resolve the main conflict, and it just hasn't yet, and that's my only like drawback about why it doesn't get a higher score. Fast paced. It felt rushed at moments, but you don't really think about it until later on. Can't think it never a boring moment. That's for sure. Can't. Uh, I basically said everything I felt like for this anime. I recommend it to anyone that likes the shonen anime, but if you're tired of just a typical battle anime, this is very much more. It gives me more of Hunter x Hunter like outthink your opponent vibe over outfight your opponent vibe. Though there is like actual action scenes in here, not with Senku, but more with the Kohaku, Tsukasa, and some other side characters. There is a tournament arc, but they fight. Senku technically wins, but he didn't fight. It's mishaps that he wins, and I think they've done a good job with this anime. I hope that season 2 resolves the main conflict and gives me somewhat a character that I can truly enjoy their journey on. We'll see. Uh this is also a video for me reviewing animes coming up in future seasons. Doctor Stone season Doctor Stone New World Part 2 comes out in October. So a few months from now. And I'm going to watch all the seasons up until New World Part 2. And I'm going to watch this when it comes out. So, if you want to see more of those videos, make sure to subscribe. I'll have them out I'll have next season out within a week. And the season after that within a week. So each video might take me a week to make. But it could take me much shorter time. Most likely you'll get the season 2. You'll most likely get Dr. Stone Wars. What is today? You most likely get it by Monday. I might watch it this weekend, or I could watch it tomorrow. We'll have to see. Other than that, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, and have a good day.